Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can see me and hear me. And with this, we are beginning our second roundtable, and it is going to be dedicated to, well, it turned out that it is mostly going to be dedicated to teaching foreign languages. But the name of the roundtable is Missed Opportunities, How to More Fully Use the Educational Potential of Everyday Digital Environments. We have 4 speakers to present, and we are going to begin without further ado with Ms. Khudyakova, who is Deputy Chair for Informatics and End-to-End Technologies in Perm State Humanitarian Pedagogical University in Russia. And she will tell us about developing digital competencies in the process of teacher training at a pedagogical university. We can see, yes, we can see your screen, and you have 10 to 12 minutes to speak.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Tatiana. Hello, everyone, dear colleagues. My speech will be devoted to the development digital competence in the process of teacher training at the pedagogical university. First of all, the definition of the digital competences. We agreed with Galina Soldatova that this is the ability and readiness of a person to confidently, effectively, critically, and safely select and apply ICT to solve problems in various spheres of life. As for the digital competence of a teacher, in our opinion, it consists of 3 levels. First, digital literacy. Digital literacy is formed in school. It's a level of pre-tertiary education. Pedagogical ICT competence is the level of pedagogical baccalaureate programs, and data competence analysis and forecasting based on data in education, it's a pedagogical master's programs. So first of all, we begin with pedagogical ICT competence. And we analyze Russian and foreign experience in assessing teachers' ICT competencies. We find out that there are 3 international standards for teachers' ICT competencies. First of all, it's UNESCO ICT competency framework for teacher version, European Digital Competence Framework for educators, and ICT standards for educators. As for the UNESCO framework for teachers, you can see that ICT competence consists of 6 levels, and each level consists of 3 under levels. It's understanding ICT, curriculum, pedagogy, application, organization, and teacher professional learning. As for the European digital competence framework for educated, we can see that it's about connections between educational professional competence, educational pedagogical competence, and learners competence. As for the ICT standards, International Society for Teaching and Education, educator and its ICT competence consists of several levels: learner, leader, citizen, designer, facilitator, analysis. And we can see the similar attitude to the ICT competence. As for the Russian requirements for ICT competence, it's defined in professional standards for teachers. It consists of 3 levels: general ICT competence, pedagogical ICT competence, and subject ICT competence. We took part in federal project of Russian federal project of Rosobnadzor, and we designed model of assessing ICT competences. And in the pedagogical university, we design diagnostic materials to access for the assessment ICT competence of students. So general ICT competence consists of 5 components. It's digital content creation, working with browsers and email, communication and collaboration through digital technologies, working with data, and ensuring digital security. Then ICT pedagogical competence consists of also 5 components: tools and services for creation digital educational resources, multimedia and digital equipment, implementation of educational programs using e-learning, distance learning technology, modern methods of assessing, and organization students' project activities with using informational resources and services. And the last subject, ICT competencies, consists of 5 components connected with the subject of education of teaching. So using this model, we design the content of a course, digital education technologies for bachelors. It on the second course of the bachelor's programs. It consists of 4 sections and learning practice. The content of section designed with the using of the model of ICT of teacher. Section 1 is implementation of educational programs using e-learning and distance learning technologies. Section 2, general purpose applied software and hardware, its use in professional activities of teacher. Section 3, local and global computer information networks and their application in educational process. And section 4, design of digital educational resources. And during learning practice, our students designed creation step course in with the collaboration of, with each other. And the next level of the digital competence of a teacher is data competence. It's analysis and forecasting based on data in education. As I have said, it's pedagogical master's level. So we designed the content of a course analysis of educational data for masters. We designed this content with the help of platform Polyanalyst. We use semantic analysis of some texts. There were about 100 texts, consists of words data competence. So using this semantic analysis, we designed the content of a course. It consists of 4 sections. You can see how it's named. First section is about assessing the quality of education. Second section, methodology and technologies for data analysis education. The third section, data interpretation. And the fourth section is about predictive models. In this course, we use low-code and no-code instruments because the pedagogical master's level, it's not only mathematics and physics, or maybe informatics, and also humanitarian programs. So for the to help students understand the data, we use practically no code instruments, as for example Polyanalyst and Orange and so on. During our research, our investigation, we decided to measure the levels of ICT competence of students, and our first results are the following. You can see it on slide. Basic level of ICT competence, it's 28% of participants, increased level 54%, and high level 18%. So student stress, we find out it's digital communication, creation of digital educational resources, and digital educational resources in teaching the subject. And also we find out students' weaknesses. Maybe it's more interesting. First, it's application of e-learning and distance learning technologies. Second, it's end-to-end, or maybe it's more convenient to use cross-cutting technologies in subject lesson, and interactive equipment and ICT in organization students' activities in the subjects. As for the maybe the most weak in our students is cross-cutting technologies. It consists of several components. It's mobile technologies, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, educational robotics, cloud technologies, big data, and VR and AR technologies. So we can see that students and future teachers and maybe masters that are teaching in school need to improve their data competence, but using our courses, they have very increased level level of ICT competence, and we need some courses to increase data competence. So it's the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.
Now it is time to invite our next speaker who is here. And the next speaker is Mr. Yury Panchenko, who is a senior lecturer at Higher School of International Relations and World Politics in Linguistics University of Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. And Mr. Panchenko will tell us about communicative approach to the use of the social networking systems such as Instagram and Google Docs in a foreign language classroom, which he uses to foster communicative competence and digital creativity of his students. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'll share my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen as well.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for the introduction. Good evening to all the participants. I'm representing here the Linguistics University of Nizhny Novgorod, where I teach Japanese and Spanish, and I'm going to speak about two projects that we have conducted with our students of Japanese, and probably like explain some points of implementation of the communicative approach to the use of the SNS for the foreign language classroom. Actually, I think that, first of all, I'll make some theoretical comments, and then I'll speak about the cases of our projects. So I think that the SNS services possess like two intrinsic elements. So they have a communicative nature and they have a networking structure. And sometimes when we ask our students to make digital content on the social network and on the social network, we limit ourselves to the tasks as, for example, it can be seen on this slide, where we ask them to just to make a publication, and that's all. Here we have like an explicit communicative task, but I think that in such activities we ignore the networking structure, the networking nature of the social network, because it is not clear if students should interact in a foreign language when doing this kind of activities. And that is why we were inspired by the connectivist paradigm in SNS, elaborated by George Siemens, who formulated principles of connectivist pedagogy and defined learning as a process of connecting specialized nodes or information sources. And if we apply this approach to the SNS, we can see, we can define language learning with SNS as a process of connecting communicative nodes or users, in our case, in the virtual space of the SNS. So, for example, here, if we just add some lines, well, what is the best present you have received, make a publication telling about it, and then comment your friend's publication, would you be happy if you received such presents? So we invite students to interact in the digital space of the social network in the foreign language they are studying. So here we pay attention as to the communicative side of a social network and to its connectivist side. So the whole point, the main goal of all the projects that we have conducted with students was to organize their communication in a foreign language within the virtual space of the social networking service, as we used Instagram, and then we used Google Docs and some other social networking services, but I will be focusing only on these two projects. I will be speaking about the digital parliament we organized in Instagram, and then digital screenplay that we organized in Google Docs. Another another goal that we had was to diversify a little bit our curriculum, because we in our university we have like this main textbook Japanese, but every unit consists of the main article, and then there is a lot of grammar and vocabulary exercises, but there is a very low number of communicative exercises. So we needed like a communicative space for the students to be able to communicate on the topics which they which they studied during in their classroom. And as this is like the intermediate students, and the topics of the units are quite specific, I would say, because they deal with some traditional aspects of Japanese culture, and it's not very frequent that people are engaged in such kind of conversation they do everyday life, and students didn't understand where they could use this vocabulary. So we saw this communication in the on Instagram or Google Docs as one of the tools for bring this linguistic material into their everyday life. Very quickly, I would like to comment exactly on these two projects. So the first project was like a digital parliament. We set a goal to make the model of the parliament for the Japan of the future on Instagram. So we created a special profile on Instagram, and every follower was considered like a citizen of this country. And during each session of the work of the parliament, so we created two parties, a conservative party and a progressive party. And And every time students, some students were considered members of the Conservative Party, and other students were considered as members of the Progressive Party. And they had to, propose a bill for the future of this digital country. So based on the material that they studied previously at the classroom. So so we considered like a publication on Instagram on this profile like a bill for the Japan of the future. And here a photo represents the topic of the bill, the text is the content of the bill, and then hashtag is the name of the party. And the first step of the project was to create such publications, so to make the digital content. And some examples, for example, here, like Conservative Party that had to defend all the ideas that were proposed in the units of the textbook. For example, sometimes a little bit exaggerated, like increase the number of geisha schools, organize manga clubs in every schools, make a traditional Japanese garden at every square in the city. And here they had to defend this idea, why they consider this necessary. Or another party took an opposite view of the future for the Japan here, to abolish the highly respectful language they have in Japan. Well, in Japan, then abolish the use of some traditional concept and directly express what you mean, or for example, enable the access to public baths to the people with tattoos, so which doesn't exist which is prohibited in Japan. So after the first constructive step, we got on Instagram this series of bills, and then we organized a communicative steps where students during several days had to comment on Japanese on the bill proposed by the opposite party. And for example, I as a teacher had to read all these conversations, and then sometimes to moderate them and to analyze the vocabulary and the grammar students used and the way they were formulating their ideas. So, and we got a quite high number of conversations in Japanese on the Instagram about topics that we were discussing previously at the classroom in the form that were very interesting to the students and made them think creatively and engaged in communication with each other. And finally, as the third phase, to make this like a parliament in a democratic country, so we organized the voting process. So our Instagram allows you to make an inquest in the stories. So a special student had to, after the communicative step, had to publish a story, and all the members of the profile of all the citizens had to vote by pushing on the button yes or no. So if they agree, if they support this bill, or if they do not support this bill. And if the bill got more than 50% of the votes, so we decided that this bill has been adopted, and then we used this information in our classes, in our following classes. And after every topic of our curriculum, after the work on every unit of our textbook, we organized a session of this digital parliament. So, and this is how students got the possibility to express their creativity and to speak on Japanese in the language that they were studying in a digital space. And so this is example of how we incorporated Instagram in our Japanese language classes. And another example is not about Instagram. It's about Google Docs, and it's not well, it's not like a social network, a social network in the proper sense, but the principles that we used for Instagram, we also implemented them to organize such a communicative activity, in Japanese. And here we also had this necessity to diversify our curriculum and to make the process of communicating in Japanese more creative and more interesting for students. And we decided to, well, to organize a screenplay to create in a group a screenplay based on current topics from the textbook. And we started to think, how could we do this? And as the supplementary material, students watched this TV series, quite popular among Japanese language learners, which talks about School of Japanese for International Students in Tokyo, and which consists of 4 teachers, 1 principal here, and then 3 teachers, and ordinary international exchange students. So we decided, I proposed to the students to try to make a screenplay for an episode of this TV series based on on our textbook, but on the virtual space on Google Docs, and engaging in a conversation in Japanese in digital space. So this is how we did it. I will just show an example of one act. So our screenplay was based on the main textbook and the dorama TV series. And each student had to write lines playing the role of a certain character of the dorama. And the students developed the screenplay while communicating in Japanese with each other. So, for example, we had this topic, the beauty of a Japanese garden. It's quite an interesting topic, but it's not. Sometimes it's not clear how to organize an interesting activity about such traditional aesthetic concepts in a classroom of the practice of the language. So we proposed on this situation. So the goal for the act of the screenplay was the construction of a Japanese garden for the School of Japanese of that TV series that they were accustomed to. And this act consisted of 2 scenes. Scenes 1, they had to discuss in Japanese on Google Docs. Why is it necessary to build a Japanese garden? Which style should it be built in? And then they had to distribute the work duties between the students of this digital virtual school. And for example, here, I explain this slide. Here is like the the communicative task I gave to the students in Google Docs. Here we have the goal. So they had to decide why the Japanese garden should be built for the school. And here they had mentioned some positions for teachers. So each position were different from another. So, for example, one teacher said that yes, the Japanese garden should be built because it's because it will be better for their understanding of Japanese culture. And another teacher thinks that no, it's a very boring idea. They're not interested in traditional culture. They're interested in pop culture. And another teacher thinks, I think I'm not it's not important for me if they should or should not build a Japanese garden, but I think that would be a good experience for them. And so each student or the students should have put themselves in the shoes of these characters and then create a story, a play on Google document. First line was written by me, but student who played the principal could change it. Then every time when someone opened the Google Doc, they had to add the line for their character. And I, as Google Doc is an open, open source and open environment, I could also always read what they were writing and analyze it. So, and I invited them to maintain a conversation, a polite and adequate conversation. And this is what we got here. So here in brackets, so we have name of a student, a character of that TV series that they represented, and the actual lines that they wrote to transmit the idea that to transmit the viewpoint of their character. And we have a conversation in Japanese, close to the real one, and written in quite a creative way, actually. So I got a very positive feedback after after this activity, and after another topic. It's always possible to organize such kind of activities after every unit that we study, after every topic that you deal with. And well, we came out to the conclusion that both Instagram and Google Docs can be used in a creative manner to foster students' communication in a foreign language within the digital space of this SNS, which is very frequently ignored as a communicative space between users. And both platforms are flexible and can be incorporated in the learning process in a continuous manner. So this is why I think that's a hidden potential of the social networking for the language learning for a foreign language classroom. Yeah. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, I would be delighted to answer to them after the round table. Thank you very much for the attention.
Okay, great, thank you. So, greetings, dear colleagues. My name is Anna, and I'm from the Linguistics University of Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. And the topic of my speech is memes and blogs as a way to develop communication skills while teaching a foreign language. And today I'm going to share with you my personal experience as a Chinese teacher. First of all, I would like to note that there are a lot of missed opportunities in our everyday digital life. Students practically live in the online world today, and it's a sin not to use social media and digital culture in our advantage too. That's why, starting from the year 2020, I have been giving my students tasks to create their own memes and videos using Chinese language. By that moment, they have usually been studying Chinese for about 7 and 8 months and already have enough vocabulary and grammar to express thoughts at a sufficient level. The purpose of assignments is to introduce Chinese into everyday life and make students think in Chinese in day-to-day situations, thereby developing communication skills and overcoming the language barrier. Students usually greet the task creating memes with great interest. Creating videos inspires them much less, but they still have no choice. So let me please start by introducing memes. Could you please change the slide?
Trying to. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. In general, all memes can be divided into 4 groups. I call the first group reaction to the Chinese language. Such memes usually reflect students' feelings about the language they are learning, the difficulties they encounter, and unusual phenomena in the language that they find interesting or maybe funny. Every year when I meet a new group, I always say that Chinese is not difficult and continue to keep repeat this phrase throughout the year. Of course, I'm not really fair and my students can easily understand that. That's why you can see the first meme with SpongeBob. Yeah. The second one is a reflection to the difficulties my students meet with Chinese phonetics. Could you please change the slide? Next 4 pictures show the amazement from Chinese characters, which sometimes can be really confusing. So these 2 and the next 2 as well. Yeah, thank you. As you can see, some characters look really the same, but in fact, they are not the same. They mean totally different, completely different things. So that's very confusing. The second group of memes, could you please change the slide, reflects our in-class funny situations. Mostly, it is difficult to understand these memes to someone outside the group. For today, I choose 2 most understandable. So the first picture, the red cat, it's me. The another cat reflects my students. The second meme, that was the reflection to our final test. They did not expect it's gonna be such difficult work to do. Okay, thank you. Next one. The next group of memes show students' everyday life. It's about their feelings, emotions, funny moments, maybe jokes. The second picture on the screen with the sleeping boy, it was last year, and it's my student. Yeah, and the joke was made by another student, but I believe it's quite understandable. Yeah, thank you. The next one. No, this is also the third group of memes. Thank you. Next. And the last group is not really memes. I would say these pictures mostly stickers, which can be used in messages. And my students usually send these reactions to me as well. Summarizing my experience, I came to the conclusion that creating memes in Chinese is a truly effective tool of implementing foreign language into everyday life. As students, they always have something to say. What is more important, sometimes I keep getting memes even after after we finished our classes with the students and I'm not their teacher anymore. Yeah. In addition, this kind of task helps students to show their potential. especially those who have a calm and modest character and who are usually shy to speak out loud. Yes, and additionally, this activity in their memes shows that they trust me. They think that I'm a modern person, and they can show me their real thoughts by memes. That's very. I really appreciate this trust from them. Thank you. The next part of my speech, moving on to the second part of the speech, I would like to know that creating a video is not an easy thing to do, and it's usually it can be very difficult to do it alone. This is the main reason why making a blog can be a group task. Some students may be shy about appearing on screen, but on the other hand, they may be gifted at writing script or editing footage. Moreover, through creating videos, we can learn about the different hobbies of our students, and in the future, according to this knowledge, we can recommend them for participation in different activities. Or of course, encourage them to develop their talents further. Thanks to such assignments, even the shy students could be more confident in taking part in competitions. Thus, the task of filming a blog helps some students overcome their fears and grab some useful experience. Speaking about the task itself, I usually don't give any specific topic for the videos. It could be anything, just anything. It could be one day of my life. It could be how I learned Chinese, whatever. This formulation of the task, on the one hand, it makes work difficult. But on the other hand, it does not limit the imagination of the most creative ones. And as a result, sometimes you can get very unexpected videos. The most unexpected video in my collection was a rap song in Chinese language. That was really unexpected, and I believe that's a cool video. And now I would like to share with you some most successful blogs.
我家附近有超市，今天我和我好朋友去那儿买东西。这是我朋友，据说你好。
你好，自我介绍一下，我叫莎莎，我也是外语学院的学生。
你要买什么？
我要买苹果。
多少钱1公斤
？129。
啊，不太贵了。
对，不太贵了。
你要别的吗？
不要了，你呢？
我要买橘子。它在那儿。这是橘子吗？太贵了。
这不是橘子，这是橙子。
橘子在那儿。我们买了一切。
现在我们去看3点的电影。
拜拜。
One more?
Yeah, one more. Maybe we should change to. Oh, yeah, this one. This one is good as well.
在这个视频中，我将告诉你我搬到夏诺夫哥罗德的故事。我一直梦想着上一所语言大学，找到真正的朋友。我想我的梦想现在已经实现了。现在我有很多朋友。我正在学习中文和历史，我真的很喜欢夏诺。我被最有趣和可靠的人包围着。美好的生活不是用年来衡量的，而是用快乐的时刻来衡量的。
And maybe the last one, because it's a rap song. Next one.
今天天气非常好。 我看了很多人，也很多呀。我也看了很多小狗。我觉得，这些人，都非常喜欢这种天气。我现在决定了，用我的大手机看一本书。我回家了，我太累了，我在睡觉，晚安。今天前
Is this something I should play?
Yeah, this one. So that's the rap song.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. I apologize that the videos have no English subtitles, but I hope that the general meaning was clear enough. Yeah. So as you can see, both tasks are quite creative and encourage students to start using Chinese in everyday life. At least within the study group. This was especially important during the pandemic time, when there were practically no Chinese students at our university, and they have no one to practice Chinese language with. And I hope this presentation was interesting. And if you have questions, please feel free.
I suppose when Anna was speaking, the second Anna was speaking, there was a comment, yes, but we need gadgets for this. We don't have such a resourceful classroom, but we are doing this activity and students share their memes on WhatsApp group. Thank you for the comment, for sharing this. There is also a comment about free online meme generators. And there are some links in the chat. There are compliments about the brightness and energy of the Chinese language. Compliments. The music hypnotized us. I would agree, I did not understand anything, but that was very rhythmical at least. There is a question. Want to ask, how's the feedback of the parents on such memes? Anna, any comments?
Yeah, actually no comments, because even if they see these memes, they can't understand them, and I doubt my students spend time to explain something to their parents. I know that they do memes for themselves among their own groups, and there are still some memes that they can't show me, but I also believe that they don't show memes to their parents, so no reflection. We are speaking about university students, not school students. Yeah. So parents do not control them as school kids.
Thank you. There is also a question to Yury. Is there a page where which can be visited, where you share your ideas and projects. Yury?
Can you hear me?
Now, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for this question. Well, at the moment, actually, no, but yes, I have published some articles on these projects, and I think I'll take this into consideration. Yeah, thank you for this comment.
So please make sure to share it with us so that the page could be shared further with the participants, at least of these sessions. Thank you. Any more questions or comments? Comment that all the teachers are very experienced. Plan an online project. Here you have somebody to, give you instructions to plan a project. Okay, there are some comments. But the meme idea is applicable to all because there is, this generation is more involved in this stuff. Thank you, Samreen.
That's true.
But at this moment, I would like to thank Anna, and Yury for contributing to this roundtable. And I hope that your ideas will be used and maybe advanced by others. Thank you so much.